So this is one of my favorite stretches for your hips. Super easy. You can take this in a few variations, but I'm going to give you my favorites right now. You need a strap and maybe a block. I will demo this with the block, but please know that the block is completely optional. You're going to lift your hips and place the block underneath the sacrum, and I'm just going to take that at the lowest setting. That sacrum is the space below the curve of your lower back. Most of your buttocks is supported by that surface. Okay. That left leg is going to go into extension. If you're working with a smaller room, just push that left heel against the floor and against a wall, and imagine you're almost pulling up with that left heel. The strap is going to go over the ball of my right foot. I'm going to make this just a little bit speedier for the sake of Instagram, but that's generally what I want to do with this. I'm going to stack my ankle and my knee right up over my hip, and then I'm just going to let the weight of my arms kind of drop the hip into its socket. Okay, so I'm not pulling it in towards my face, I'm actually just sinking into the joint. That left thigh is going to slightly hug in for internal rotation, and I'm going to give this some time. The SI joint, or my sacrum, is going to feel nice and heavy and grounded, and the longer I hold that, the more I might actually experience. So again, for the sake of Instagram, we'll move on. Internal, external rotation of my right leg. So this one, what tends to happen is people move their ankle. So I want you to make sure that the ankle is merely following. Okay, so it's happening from your femur rotating in its joint. Pressing the heel up, pulling the toes down today, and rotating the hip in its joint. Okay, and then maybe today I hold internal rotation, which feels like my inner thigh is kind of hugging in. Still sucking that left thigh in, and then perhaps I'm going to draw my leg a little closer to my chest. It's just going to change the target of that hamstring stretch. And maybe push the heel up, pull the toes down more intentionally. You can see that sometimes toes get left behind, but intending all the toes to come towards you might make this more interesting for your body. Okay. Then I might relax that, turn into external rotation, slight little bend to the knee, especially if you have issues with sciatica. I'm still hugging left thigh in, and I want to depress my right hip slightly. Okay, so I'm moving my right hip away from my right side ribs. And then I'm going to draw it slightly towards me. I'm going to take it in the left hand and move it towards the midline of my body. It's coming in and slightly towards my left shoulder. I'm pulling the baby toe edge of the foot down. There's a micro bend to the knee. The right hip pulls away from me. The left thigh hugs in. And then I'm going to take that back to center, grab a hold of it with my right hand, and then bend the right knee, so half happy baby. So I want to really draw that right leg down towards the outside of my ribs, but I'm also going to squeeze it slightly in because I like that more. Left thigh still hugs, ankle aiming over my knee. It's really common to see something like this. Okay, so over time, what can we create there? Keeping that left hip grounded. I'm going to extend my right leg out. And then I might bend it and extend it a couple of times. Okay. And then for the sake of this demo, let me just switch sides. that left leg, or that right leg, is now going to find maybe a straight position. So I plop my left elbow down like a bit of a kickstand. I hug the right thigh in. I'm going to kind of scissor the legs. Wherever that is for you, again, play with the positioning of your toes. They can make or break a lot of these stretches for you. That right hip isn't flaring up off the block or the floor, and if this was too much, it would look like this. Okay. Good. Bring it back to center, and then gently release the strap, and see how that feels in your body. I might follow that with, obviously, the other side, a bridge pose, a twist, a bridge pose, and a twist. Notice what you feel when you come out of the pose. Take some time to just lie there and feel the difference from one side before you move to the other. Let me know if you like it.